Here we go.
Yes, sir. The boys are back in town.
Rap Sports News.
RSM Podcast.
Yo.
Chill.
Hey, man.
What up?
Another week down.
Back at it, man.
Let's get into some topics. Kind of starting off with some sad news. Julio, rapper out of Florida, he ended up losing his life in a shooting after a birthday party.
That's terrible. After his birthday party, right?
Yeah.
After his own birthday
He
party.
was turning 26 yesterday.
That's crazy.
And I guess some of the ops found him, and that's the end of that.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. We got some new music. This was pretty interesting. We had LL Cool J drop a new song. It's called Saturday Night Special.
Yeah.
I really like the beat. The features is cool. Had Rick Ross and Fat Joe on it. And I think you told me the beat was made by Q-Tip.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, it was that was a tough joint right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I played it back to back to back to back. Like, I really enjoyed that. It gave me a very authentic hip hop feel.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it wasn't like sound so old. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was a tough joint. If you haven't heard that, go check out Saturday Night Special. That was tough.
Yeah, I definitely like that song. Had another one. Had Jadakiss and Joel Santana. They did Party in BS.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of remixed it for the 2020s.
Mm-hmm.
That's an old Biggie song from back in the day. And it was fun. It was fun, too.
Yeah, it was different. Like, I wasn't. That's something that it was like I wasn't expecting, but it was like it was cool. It was like, oh, okay, like this is the remix version. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was cool. It was different. It was slowed down. Plus, I mean, any track you got Jada on.
Right. That one's going to be good. So, I don't know too much about this artist. I hear that a lot of the children like him. I think his name is DeAndre Harding.
Oh, yeah, DeAdrian. Yeah.
DeAdrian
Yeah.
Harding, and featuring the baby.
Yeah, man. DeAdrian is a huge, he has a huge following online, and he's, the younger generation, they love what he's doing, his YouTube and all that, and I guess from what I'm understanding, he's just started making music, and he got a track with the baby, man. I saw the process. I saw a video of the process of him making the video. He came over to the baby's house and was like hanging out with him and playing basketball with him and just like being silly in the studio and stuff like that. So, yeah, interesting to see. Shout out to DeAdrian.
Shout out, homie. All right, this one was kind of funny. So, Chris Brown, we know that he's been, as he's been touring, he lets some of his fans take pictures with him for $1,000, right? So, apparently, some of these pictures are getting the women in trouble.
Yo, first of all,
because they're getting a little too loose in the picture with Chris.
First of all, if your girl's paying $1,000 to take a picture with Chris Brown, that's a problem.
I wouldn't say that because Chris, he's like our generation's Michael Jackson. To some people don't like him like that, but for the people that like him, he's like pretty much what Michael was at a point.
Okay, I give you that. But $1,000, how you explain that? All right, but okay, let's get to the pictures. What kind of pictures was they taking, man?
Provocative looking ones. Some of them. But some of them, they're kind of like taking like little prom type pictures, but some of them pictures some
of them pictures like
don't
come
loose.
back home type pictures. Like some of them pictures like
you picking them up.
Yeah, you can't come back home after that. You belong to the streets. You got
She belonged to the streets.
She belonged to the streets after that one.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny, but women don't like mess up your marriage for a picture of Chris Brown.
Yeah, because it's wild, right? Like, and not to stay on the subject, but like, she take a crazy picture with Chris Brown because he was having his hands all over in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
And you take that picture, 5 minutes, whatever you had with him, and now you mess up everything else at home. Like, for the long, Chris ain't gonna take care of you.
Chris gonna move.
You like,
on
yo,
with his
thanks
life.
for that $1,000, peace.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, that's on you. You're supposed to know what's okay and what's not okay.
Yeah.
Or what's worth it. Maybe it's worth it to some of them.
Maybe they was at the end of the road anyway. So.
Exactly. All right, K-Dot, he performed on Juneteenth. He brought all his friends out in L.A. Mm-hmm. He, from what I heard, he unified like some of the gangs that really don't rock with each other like that on the West Coast. They was all out there together. It was peaceful. I heard he performed Not Like Us like 5 times. I don't know for sure if he did.
Yeah,
but
it was at least 5 times. It had to be 5 or more. I'm pretty sure it was 5.
Yeah.
For sure.
ended it on A minor.
Oh man, yeah,
Taking them shots, kind of like a victory lap towards Drake.
yeah, that was interesting, man. It was good to see for the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely good to see for the West Coast all the different sets coming together, being unified. I think they mentioned it was Crips and Bloods. It was different sets within and all that kind of stuff. So it was tough, man. I would salute Kendrick on that. It was even some NBA players who over the years people mentioned like they think they're affiliated with gangs, and that just confirmed it. I ain't gonna name no names. Y'all know who was out there on the stage. There was a few people out there, but and I saw LeBron in the crowd, and I thought that was interesting because he just walked out not too long ago. Him and Bronny walked Drake out during the concert. So before the beef.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah,
I guess he's picking sides.
Yeah,
but I think he did say that he likes Kendrick more, or he always praises his music.
Yeah.
So something that happened with that, a lot of people were kind of like throwing shots at the game, saying like, how come he wasn't out there? And the game responded saying that basically he didn't need to be, and he liked how Kendrick represented and put on for some of the newer artists and stuff, that he didn't really need to be a part of it like that.
What you think about that?
I mean, for the most part, I don't feel like Game needed to explain that. I wasn't even really thinking of him being out there like that. I just thought it was like this and like Kendrick's homies.
Yeah, no, honestly, I had to think about it because when I watched it, in the back of my mind, I did say, think about the game because he's heavy in that culture, in the street culture in LA, right? Like, so I thought about him, but I didn't think he had to be there. But he was just a person that just crossed my mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't see the game out there. Oh, okay. But it wasn't like it's a travesty because he wasn't there. Exactly. But I think YG was out there. Some other people was out there. So, but again, I didn't think he had to explain himself. I felt like he could have just let it rock.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like, he's not gonna be at every West Coast show, and who knows what he was doing that day.
Yeah, he could have had a graduation. He could have had. He could have had anything to go to. I don't know.
All right, let's get into some news. So this one was interesting. So there's a woman running. She's out in Missouri. She's on the GOP, and she has some things to say about Juneteenth and Black people and Black victimization. And she said that Juneteenth is the most ratchet holiday in America. And her name is Valentina Gomez.
That's what I got to say to Valentina Gomez.
Right? My thing is like, if you're gonna, attack a whole group of people like that, just be prepared for them to attack you back.
Yeah, whatever you gotta be able to live with whatever comes with that, right? Like you gotta for every action there's a reaction.
Right.
And people like that I really don't give no attention to, but that one you just couldn't pass by and not and not say anything about that one. That was kind of ridiculous. No matter what race you are, right? Like it don't matter what holiday it is or this and that. Like some people have their opinions and okay, cool, speak them out, but do it in a respectable way. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like doing it in this attention grabbing way. I get it. She's 25. She's from that TikTok era. So she's trying to be like polarizing in a way. She's from Colombia. My thing is, if you don't like what's going on in America, go back to Colombia. I bet you won't hear about Juneteenth no more.
Yeah.
Because they don't celebrate it there.
Yeah.
But you're over here, you're running behind what some of the Republicans do. A lot of people don't like you being outright, WS. That's supremacist.
Yeah. It's also the thing she don't realize is, once you get that target on you, like people are not gonna forget this. Like people are not gonna forget. Like, oh, you was the girl who said this, right? We don't want to do business with you. Good,
right? So it's like she's young. She don't really, obviously, she don't know how to market herself correctly because you just lost like a whole group of people just off of that.
Yeah. Hey, You win some, you lose some.
My thing is like, actually, I was gonna say this. Like, I'm starting to understand more, like how Japan says like when people visit there, some of them were like losers back home. She's like the epitome of that loser back home.
Mm-hmm.
Like if she was back in Colombia, she would definitely probably be on the blade,
Yeah.
thrown in a circle for some passport bros.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't disagree with you on that. I can't disagree with you on that.
All right, we're gonna move on to Ebony K. Williams.
Uh-oh.
Another very interesting woman.
What's going on now?
Our elite, our lawyer, our television personality, social media personality. She said that her daughter, when she turns 18, she'll be able to meet the donor, the person that fathered her. And he has, I think she said, an MP3 with pictures and stuff like that so she can get to know him.
I'm sorry. I do not mean to sound insensitive by laughing, but that's ridiculous, bro.
It's just silly, right? It's like, all right.
That's ridiculous. So
you think that it's just going to be like easy peasy? Your daughter's just going to grow up, be around all these people that have a real family, and she's going to be like, okay, well, when I'm 18, I can go get pictures from my dad, and everything's all good and cool.
Listen, man.
Like, at least mommy has money.
That's how messed up society is right now, though. People think that money solves everything. You could be miserable in a Maybach and happy in a Honda. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I want to be happy in a Honda, or not saying I want to be in a Honda if I don't want to be in a Honda. Whoever likes Hondas like Honda. Whoever like Maybach. The point of what I'm saying is that it's all a facade. It's all a mask, right? Like some of the richest people in the world are miserable.
They're miserable.
They're terrible, man. So I it's kind of getting old. Like with this whole, I get it. Money is a necessity in the sense of using it as a tool to get your basic needs and stuff like that. But to raise your life based on it, you raise a life based on that is not a good philosophy.
Or like being like solely reliant on it. Or thinking like, hey, this is always going to get me by, no matter the situation. There's a lot of situations that money can't do nothing for you.
And if you really understood what money is, money, a dollar bill is a debt note. Whether people realize that or not, do your research. But that's a whole nother story. But yeah, it's just sad to think that someone is trying to influence other people to think the same way. If that's what you're gonna do with your kid, do what you do, right? But to have an influence on other people and possibly influence other people to do the same thing is like, oh.
Right. And they don't have nowhere near your money.
But at the same time, everybody's grown. So you gotta see through the BS. But
I don't want all these angry kids running around the streets as I get older, man.
I ain't had my dad. I had an MP3. What? Are you serious? Like what like world?
A flash drive.
I had a flash drive, son. It's just crazy.
How they have those how they talk about those conscience things. Like you talking to them like Superman used to talk to the little computer.
Like, what are we doing? What are we doing in the world, man?
Yeah, it's getting wild, man. Well, we had some shootings over the weekend. One was in Arkansas. There was 13 people that got shot, and I believe 3 people died from that one. And also in Columbus, Ohio, there were 10 people shot.
Yeah, these mass shootings, I feel like from forever we've been talking about them, right?
Since we started doing this.
We've been talking about them. We stopped talking about them for a little bit, even though they were still happening. But it's like 2 in one weekend. Like one on Saturday, one on Sunday. Like, people are just going mad. It's very sad. Innocent lives are getting lost and things like that. It's like, guys, just stop doing mass shootings. If you don't want to live, if you don't want to live, listen, talk to somebody, talk to God, talk to whoever you believe in, or if whatever you're going to do it by yourself. Don't bring other people into this.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, whatever you do that on your own. You don't got to affect other people that have nothing to do with it. Don't know none of them people. just angry, taking out lives that just innocent lives.
Matter of
for
fact,
nothing.
there was another one. I don't know if we spoke about it recently in the library too. In the library, a 16-year-old, I think. So, yeah, it's summertime. People just mad and they hot and they just going crazy. But everybody else out there who got some sense, just watch your surroundings, man. Stay protected, keep your protection, know how to use your protection and when to use it, and stay safe.
Yes, be safe, guys. Be aware of your surroundings. This was a very crazy story. There was massive rainfall that ended up putting 23 counties underwater out in Iowa.
Yeah, that looked like a repeat of Katrina, kind of the way. It's crazy, and no disrespect to everybody who was impacted by that, but these floodings is getting ridiculous. And I didn't even know it flooded like that in Iowa.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the state they were going to say.
But at the same time, when I think of Iowa, I think of potatoes. Ain't that? No, it's Idaho, right? That's Idaho. That's not Iowa. I don't even know what to think of when I think of Iowa. Besides Caitlin Clark, I think Caitlin Clark.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I think of when I think of Iowa now. Our greatest women's basketball player. Maybe the greatest basketball player of all time.
Superhero music. We need the superhero music. Yeah, what if Caitlin Clark came out with a freestyle or something? That'd be tough. That'd be tough.
Shaq did it.
I'm just saying, I think Caitlin Clark's come out with a freestyle. That joint be hard.
We need a video game. We need the action figures.
Get them Caitlin Clarks.
Yeah, we need the shoes. Need the restaurant.
Hell, I'm telling you. It'll be your marketing.
They'll serve ham sandwiches there. All right, we got Matt Stafford from the Rams. His wife came out. Was it on the podcast?
It was on a podcast. I don't know which one, but it was on a podcast.
Yeah, so she was on the podcast, and she talked about one of his friends that she hooked up with in college to make him jealous. And nobody knew about this.
And to make it worse, it wasn't just a friend. It was the backup quarterback. So if you don't know, Matthew Stafford is Super Bowl champ. He plays for the Los Angeles Rams in the NFL. And he got really famous when he was a quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs. And his wife comes out and talks about sleeping with his backup quarterback. Come on, bro. They got a family. They got kids.
Right. And it's just, you know what? She probably would take a picture with Chris Brown.
She probably would. Yeah, I'm sure she took a picture with Chris Brown for sure.
But no, for real, it's just like I was thinking, like, why would you do that? You know, your man's this public figure. People look up to him. He's making money for the family, providing everything, and it's just like, oh, let me tell you the story.
I hope he got a prenup because, first of all,
it's time to go.
First of all, I don't understand how he married her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how if you going into it knowing this happened?
Yeah.
Nah, son.
Them old habits.
No. I can't go into something knowing you a certain way. No way.
Right.
But again, she can't come home or he can't go home after this. Somebody, this can't stay. The whole world. I type in Matthew Stafford on Google and it says Matthew Stafford's wife, and it tells a story about this. It's like, nah, bro.
So now that's the big story around him.
Now around the NFL, you can't. Now he got to go to work every day in the NFL. Everybody know about this. Then when they about to tackle him, they gonna be like,
now they gonna be in his wife's DMs.
Oh man,
it's just, man,
that's messy.
Yeah, that was messy as hell.
She could have kept that private.
Definitely.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that gonna be weird.
They could stay between her and the girls.
Yeah.
All right, we had Ryan Garcia. He's been suspended for 1 year.
Yeah, man. He say Devin Haney accused him of using illegal substances. I guess it was true. I guess it was true. Even though Devin Haney looked terrible in that fight, no matter what, I think we could have beat him that night. Yeah, Ryan Garcia. Shout out to Ryan, man. Just next time, don't get caught.
It's I mean, Did he even have a fight schedule in the next year?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so.
So I don't even think it's affecting him like that. I don't even think he wanted to do that many more fights.
I think he has had I think they had fined him like $1 million or something like that, but he got it.
Yeah.
He got it. He ain't worried about it.
He set up. All right, Caitlin Clark, the great hope. She says she wanted to play in a bigger stadium.
Yeah, I saw that. She mentioned based on how much the ticket prices cost for today's game against Chicago Sky, her against Angel Reese, she thought they would be playing in the what is it, the
where the Bulls play?
Where the Bulls play the man, I can't believe I can't think of the name right now. The something center, the whatever it's called. And everybody knows what is it? Man, that's bothering me now, the name of it. But point is, yeah, I mean, I think the difference was like they're playing in a spot that holds like 10,000, a little over 10,000, and the United Center holds 23,000.
Okay.
So,
but my thing is, can she get 23,000 people in those seats?
I think because she's playing against Angel Reese and that history between them, yeah, I think so. I don't think she can by herself. I think Angel Reese could get half. She get half.
Angel Reese didn't say anything. This was on Caitlin, so Caitlin has to fill those.
She got to fill the seats. Okay, not by herself. Not in Chicago. In Iowa, yeah. And Indiana, yeah.
I was underwater right now.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah. In Indiana, yeah, but not in Chicago. Nah.
All right. Some pretty cool news. Sha'Carri Richardson, she's going to the Olympics.
Nice. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Shout out to Sha'Carri, man. She's developing right in front of our face. She's developing into one of the best sprinters we've ever seen.
Right. Definitely happy for her. This happened a little bit ago, but Tank Davis won against Frank Martin.
Yeah, man. I knew Tank was going to knock him out. I just didn't think he was going to knock him out in the 8th round. I thought it was going to be the 9th round like he said. But I should have known it was going to be the 8th round because he liked to start knocking people out in the 8th round for some reason. I don't it's like a motor in him or something. It's like, like he fight, he fill out the fight and see how it going. And then like once he gets to the 8th, he just want to end it. It seemed like so.
Right.
Anybody who fighting him next, just watch out for the 8th round. Shout out to Tank though. I like Tank. He's what's crazy. He's one of my. I think I don't want to say he's one of my. He's my favorite boxer right now, especially in the lightweight. Between him and he's in the lightweight, but I like Terrence Crawford too. But I like Tank more. And I was telling somebody the other day, don't stone me for this, but my top boxers are of course Ali, Tyson. I got Mayweather and I got Tank. I know there's different weight classes, but like just personal favorites overall, like all time personal favorites based on not just their records and stuff like that, just their style, their personality, how they carry themselves, they swag. I got Ali, Tyson, Floyd, and Tank.
I definitely Tyson's probably my number one. I do like Ali, but I really never watched his fights like that. Those fights were like 40 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, I replay,
like
right? I never seen him live and nothing like that. But replay, but I think the reason why I say different reasons. I like Ali. Gotta respect because he paved the way, but the political aspect of things he did, like he sat in jail because he wouldn't fight based on his beliefs and stuff like that. So I would say like more of I don't want to say civil rights, but more of like the what he did for the culture. Tyson, because he was just straight up dog. He was just straight up the first one that straight from the hood, like fighting on the corners type guy that we saw that was unapologetically him. Mayweather, because of the business sense of how he brought the business to our culture for boxing, making money, making real big money. Mike Tyson did that too, but Mayweather did it in a different way.
Yeah.
And then Tank, he just got the swag, man. He just got the swag. He represents the youth, I feel like.
Yeah, he's good for today. See, I think when I think of like boxers I liked when I was younger, George Foreman was one of them. I thought he was great, and he marketed well. He was kind of Floyd before Floyd because he had the game, he had the grill, all that type of stuff.
True.
And then Sugar Ray, I thought that he was
Sugar Ray, yeah.
I thought he was a really good fighter.
You know, one person people forget about Lennox Lewis. He was a tough one too.
Mm-hmm. But there's so many great.
There's a lot of them. There's a lot of great fighters, but you got Roy Jones.
So
you got
many.
a lot of them, but
So many.
those are my personal four.
Yeah, I rock with it. I like your list. JJ Redick, he's now the head coach of the Lakers.
Yeah, man. It's interesting, right? Because him and Bron had the podcast, and now he's the coach, and it's gonna be interesting to see how the personalities go. Because JJ Redick seemed like he's a more of a, I don't want to say strict, but like to the books, like guys, we said we're gonna do this, don't go away from the plan type of thing. Versus like LeBron, he seems like he's more flexible, more, all right, like let me improvise sometimes type of thing. I don't know, but it may be good. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I don't think he's gonna win right away. I think he's gonna have to learn how to be a coach because he hasn't been a coach in the NBA. I don't know if he's ever been a coach in anything else, but I think he's gonna have a learning curve.
All right. So we'll see how it goes over time.
Yeah.
All right, ready for a fun topic?
Let's do it.
So, kind of thinking about this week and the West Coast, I wanted to go with best West Coast album. So we got Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Mm-hmm.
We got Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City. We got YG, My Crazy Life. And we got Tyler, the Creative, Earthquake.
Dang. I'm just gonna go with The Chronic.
Chronic?
I'm gonna go with The Chronic.
It's kind of cliche, but I'm going to go with Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City. It's just that was one of the best albums when I first heard of it. And I wasn't really a Kendrick fan when he first dropped. But after I heard the album, I was like, all right, this guy definitely can make good music.
Yeah, if I didn't go with The Chronic, I'll go with that. But I gotta go with the OG on that one.
I did like Tyler's Earthquake album, though.
Word.
All right, guys, if you made it to the end, we want to thank you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You want to hear more music critiques and vlogs, check out my channel. More music and vlogs, check out Slyce's channel. I'm Canary Valens.
Slyce.
Peace.
Boop.